functions through consent of the governed. Do we consent to what's going on right now? Are we demanding Donald Trump's immediate conviction, impeachment, and removal from office? You know, there are oppressive laws that our founding was designed, divinely inspired to do away with. And then there is oppressive thinking. There is mental slavery. There is hypnosis. And I'm telling you, what is going on right now is an attempt to keep the American people in a state of hypnosis, in a state of not being aware of their human and divine rights. They have counted on us being trapped in this hypnotic state where we forget our power, where we forget who we are. But the American people have not forgotten who we are. We are in charge of this nation, and we will decide its future. Do you see how incredible what we have done today is? Just a few months ago, really up until just recently, they were trying to make those of us who were calling for impeachment look like fools, look like some fringe movement who were so silly to think this constitutional necessity could be accomplished. But today, we are making anyone who says impeachment is not possible look like the fools. What we are doing today is about putting the pressure where it belongs, on that building at the other end of this mall, the halls of Congress. There are so many diagnoses out there for the daily abominations of this illegal administration. So many diagnoses about how they are violating the Constitution, how they are disappearing our neighbors to concentration camps, how they are arresting American citizens, how they are conducting extrajudicial killings on the Caribbean seas, how they are trying to militarize our streets and literally conducting treason, enacting treason by trying to pit our military against us. And yet they will not give us the remedy. Well, here the hell is the remedy! I have news for anyone on either side of the aisle, and I am including the most popular and lauded members of the Democratic Party. It is no longer sufficient to go on cable news and get your hit, to get your popular sound bites, to do your TikTok videos. We want articles of impeachment filed, and we want them filed now! Sufficient to have one lone member of Congress filing articles of impeachment. Representative Al Green promised to us 2 days ago at the beginning of Remove the Regime that he would do this before Christmas. I'm putting every single member of Congress on notice that they better file their own before Christmas too! Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Stephen Miller and Kristi Noem and Pete Hegseth and this entire corrupt Supreme Court that we have that is complicit in the destruction of American democracy. It is those who are not doing something about them that to tell you how truly incredible it is to see this crowd today, how inspired I am by you, how absolutely uplifted I am. And you are here. You are here because of a vision, because of an idea, because you were not willing to stand down. You knew that you had to stand up and do something about what is happening. And maybe you didn't get here easily. Maybe it took a little while. Maybe you faced some internal resistance. You know, my journey started that way about 8 years ago. I was a woman who had gone through a traumatic experience on a campaign that a lot of people knew was a horror show, but I was brainwashed by right-wing propaganda. And I wanted to walk away from this experience. I wanted to pretend like it never happened. I wanted to move on with my life. And I tried. And then I had a real existential crisis where I realized I could not move on with my life without taking action for what had happened. It's that old saying, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I realized the injustice in my own life was not just about Jessica Denson and this little woman that nobody cared about. No, it was about what Jessica Denson had to give to the world, and I could not let that be squashed. I had to start having some self-respect, some dignity. And you are all here today because you have self-respect. You have dignity. You love yourselves and you love this country. And that journey that I started on, I will tell you, it was a Jacob wrestling with the angel kind of moment that got me to take the action that I ultimately did, that got me to engage in a legal battle with Donald Trump that in the end invalidated every single illegal non-disclosure agreement that he had his staffers sign in 2016. And that fight was one, I will tell you, that countless people, countless lawyers, countless strategists and political experts told me was impossible. Told me would never happen. And yet the only reason I am here today is because I trusted that divine guidance. I had faith and I never doubted the victory of truth. I'm asking every single one of you to not doubt our victory in this moment. I want you to claim our victory in the midst of the battle. Can we claim it? We will not be told that the rightful and just impeachment and conviction and removal of this regime is impossible. We will